The IPL League stage is done. Only 4 teams remain. 2 chances for some, no second chances for others. RCB and Gujarat get first crack at a direct ticket to the final, while Sunrisers and Rajasthan walk into the danger zone, win and stay alive, or lose and go home. No second bite of the cherry for those two. And away from the IPL, New Zealand begin a massive red ball winter with a one-off test against Ireland in Belfast, a historic first meeting for uncapped Irish players and a Kiwi pace battery that looks very, very serious. This is your Cricket Daily, hitting you for 6. Speaking of hitting, hit like if you love your cricket content. Hit subscribe as well to stay up to date with each of our cricket dailies and all of our other sports content. And drop your early call here. Who's going to be the first one through to the IPL final? And who's going to be battling it out for that IPL title in a few days' time? Will it be RCB? Will it be Gujarat first through? And who will join them? Let us know down below. The IPL table, it finished with a proper 3-way squeeze at the top. RCB, Gujarat, Sunrisers all finishing on 18 points, but only net run rate split them out. So the playoff picture, RCB finished first, Gujarat second, Sunrisers third, and Rajasthan climbed their way into fourth in those last few games squeeze. So that means the qualifier one, which will be tonight, will be RCB versus Gujarat, the Eliminator. The early hours of your Thursday, if you're in Australia, late night Wednesday for the subcontinent. 2 huge games, very different pressure. Starting with qualifier 1, RCB versus Gujarat. This is the big one. The winner goes straight to the IPL final. The loser, they do get another chance, and they have to face up again in qualifier 2. But this is a proper top 2 clash. These teams finish level on points, separate only marginally by net run rate. Their head-to-head this season is 1-1. Their overall historical head-to-head, 4-4. There's no edge. This is about execution on the day over 40 overs. It's a big tactical battle. Seamers and lengths are going to come to the fore. It could come down to who handles the new ball better. For RCB, well, they're loaded. Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Josh Hazlewood. On the other side for Gujarat, equally as fiery, they've got Kagiso Rabada and Mohammad Siraj. The tactical phrase here is simple. As batsmen, you've got to get them off their lengths. Bhuvneshwar, Hazlewood, Rabada, Siraj all want to live in that awkward 6 to 8 metre length, hard enough to stop driving, full enough to stop easy pulling and hooking. So the batters have to disrupt them. Watch for the likes of Shubman Gill moving around against Hazlewood, Phil Salt if he's fit, or Venkatesh Iyer trying to unsettle Siraj, and watch for batters stepping out, backing away, or moving across to turn good balls into hittable balls and just try and disrupt the bowler's rhythm. Because the seamers just get to bowl their length, they'll dictate this game and it'll be decided by their deliveries. The key matchups in this one, well, Bhuvneshwar Kumar against Shubman Gill is huge. Bhuvneshwar has dismissed Gill 5 times in 13 innings, going about it at a run a ball. That's a proper matchup where the bowler's on top. On the other side, Kagiso Rabada versus Virat Kohli is box office. Rabada's got Kohli 5 times in 16 innings, and if Gujarat can get Kohli early, they expose the RCB middle order to the spin of Rashid Khan. Then there's Rajat Patidar. Patidar might just be the key middle over batter for RCB. Gujarat could look to hold back Kagiso Rabada's 4th over, or even use Prasidh Krishna if selected to attack him through the middle. For RCB, the tactical wrinkle is Josh Buttler. If Buttler survives the new ball, RCB may need to hold on to at least one Bhuvneshwar over for him later on, because Buttler can be brutal once he gets going. In terms of the selection watch, well, the big question for the RCB is Phil Salt. If he's fit, he likely slots straight back in. If not, Venkatesh Iyer has made a good case with recent runs. There's also a question around whether RCB use Jacob Duffy instead of Suyash Sharma, because night games in Dharamsala haven't been very spinner-friendly. For Gujarat, the main decision is the impact player. Extra pace through Prasidh Krishna, or do you go the spin through someone like Arsai Kishore or Manav Sutar? But given Dharamsala, don't be surprised if Gujarat lean to pace. The big read here, RCB is solid, Gujarat are surging. RCB have been consistent all tournament. Gujarat are 6-1 in the second half of the season and become far more aggressive with the bat. The winner probably comes down to who handles the new ball better. If RCB get Gill and B-Sai Sudarshan early, they'll control the game. If Gujarat get through Kohli and the RCB top order in the early overs, Rashid Khan becomes a nightmare, tying them down through the middle overs. This is a direct ticket to the final, and it feels like a game that will be decided in the first 6 overs. If I have to make a choice, I'm going to lean to the form of Gujarat at the moment. I just think there's a little more. I really like what Rabada's dishing up. He's been on fire, as has Mohammad Siraj, and that's where I'm going to lean, despite this being their first time playing as a side in Dharamsala. We now move to the Eliminator, and it's Rajasthan versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. No safety net, no second chance, lose, and it is good night nurse, season over. Sunrisers come in as the third place side, but they've had a strange finish. Dangerous, explosive, but a little volatile. Rajasthan snuck into fourth and arrived with just 2 wins from their last 5, but they have one player who can detonate any game. 15-year-old Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Absolute superstar. The Sunrisers have recently owned this matchup. The head-to-head's been ugly for Rajasthan. Sunrisers have won the last 5 meetings by these two sides. They've won by 5 wickets, by 57 runs, 44 runs, 36 runs, and even a 1-run thriller. So if you're looking for a mental edge, Sunrisers have it. This game, though, there will be batting fireworks. You just feel it has to come somewhere. Will it be both sides? Will it be one? That'll be the big question. For Rajasthan, Vaibhav Suryavanshi, 383 runs at an average of 38, a strike rate of 218. Jurev Jarrell, well, he'll play the foil. 282 runs at an average of 31 plus. Then for Sunrisers, you've got Ishan Kishan, 447 runs, an average of almost 45, a strike rate of nearly 180, and then Abhishek Sharma. We haven't seen the best of him in this tournament, but my oh my, if he gets going, he's averaging 48, a strike rate over 200. He could be absolutely anything in a semi-final. It's a lot of power, but the feel of this game is simple. If Suryavanshi gets going, Rajasthan can beat anyone and chase anything. If Sunrisers get early momentum through the likes of Abhishek, they can bury teams before the middle overs even arrive. This could be huge score against huge score. Bowling watch, well, Rajasthan need Jofra Archer to step up. He's got 16 wickets at an economy rate of just under 9 and a strike rate of 15. On the other side for Sunrisers, the names you're going to be looking to, Eshan Malinga with 16 wickets, Saqib Hussain who's taken 15. These two have been important because Sunrisers aren't just a batting unit. They have enough bowling threat to defend or slow a chase. This is going to be Rajasthan's top order magic against Hyderabad's batting machine. Rajasthan need Suryavanshi or Yashavi Jaiswal to put the fear of God into Sunrisers early. Sunrisers need to keep doing what they've done all season. Attack, 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 and then trust Heinrich Klaassen to be their finisher or rescuer. It's an eliminator, so there's no room for a slow start. I'm going to go Sunrisers, but as I said, Suryavanshi can completely turn this on the head with one day of individual brilliance. That's your IPL. Lots to look forward to. We'll be back to recap those games and talk about what comes up when we get to the second eliminator and obviously the big final in a few days. But we now move on to some red ball cricket, and Ireland host New Zealand in a one-off test in Belfast. And it's a pretty cool little piece of cricket history. Ireland's first ever test against New Zealand, just the second test played in Belfast, and the start of a massive New Zealand red ball tour as they head towards a big England series. Ireland have named 4 uncapped players, Jake Egan, Tom Mays, Liam McCarthy and Ruben Wilson, but they're missing some important names. Paul Sterling, Barry McCarthy, Jordan Neal, Gavin Hoey and Josh Little all ruled out through injury. Andrew Balbirnie will continue as captain, and he remains the only player to have featured in all 12 of Ireland's tests to this point. For New Zealand, this is partly about winning, partly about preparation, but the good news for Kiwi fans is the squad includes the return of 2 big names. Big quicks, Kyle Jamieson and Will O'Rourke. Jamieson is set to play in his first test in more than 2 years after back stress fractures, while O'Rourke is also working back from injury. That gives New Zealand a mouth-watering pace lineup when you throw in those two alongside the likes of Matt Henry, Nathan Smith, Blair Tickner, Ben Sears, and Zach Folkes. And of course, then you've got the batting group that's got class and depth as well. Tom Latham, Devon Conway, the incomparable Kane Williamson, Daryl Mitchell, the rising star that is Rachin Ravindra, and Glenn Phillips. Williamson is just 539 runs away from becoming the first New Zealand player to reach 10,000 test runs, which is a beautiful subplot for this tour, a watch and wait. It'd be very fitting for him to get there. He has been one of the greats for the Kiwis. The big read is New Zealand should win this, but the intrigue is around how they use this match. Who gets overs in game time before England? How did Jamieson and O'Rourke look? Does Rachin Ravindra play a bigger all-round role without a specialist spinner on what we're expecting to be green, winter, Northern Hemisphere decks? And can Ireland make this uncomfortable with a few fresh faces taking their opportunities and home conditions? For Ireland, this is all about opportunity. For New Zealand, it's a serious tune-up. The IPL playoffs are here. It's exciting. The first 2 games give us 2 very different kinds of pressure. RCB and Gujarat are playing for comfort, the direct road to the final. Rajasthan and Sunrisers are playing for survival, one bad night, season over. And in Belfast, New Zealand begin that red ball block that could tell us a lot about their next test cycle. Well, that's your Cricket Daily. Tell us down below in the comments, RCB or Gujarat, who books the ticket directly to the final? Rajasthan or Sunrisers, whose season's going to be over in only a day's time? And in the test arena, what are your takeaways? How do you think Ireland are going to shape here? How well will New Zealand hit the ground running in the Northern Hemisphere? As always, hit like and subscribe. Let us know where you're tuning in from and let us know what your thoughts are. Playoff cricket's here. Red ball cricket's getting back for the winter as well. And the next few days are going to be very, very tasty. A huge thanks to you for tuning into your home of the Black and White of Sports, and we'll see you again very, very soon.